Hello, people. Man, I need to change my noise gate. Picking up a lot of stuff. Alright, I think it's fixed. Get us closer to everywhere. Alright, let's do this. So today I'm going to be animating a sprint, because I kind of feel like animating something, and it's been 3 days since I've drawn anything. Depression is a bitch. Alright, my internet should be back now. Alright, so today I'm going to be animating a sprint, which is something that I haven't done in a long time, and I'm going to be doing it from a slightly top-down angle. So what I'm going to do... this. No, I'm going to... probably move everything. Further, because boom, it likes its groups. Alright, so I'm going to be following this little center path. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to paste this multiple times, scale it back. Okay. Yeah, today's gonna be just a chill stream, as usual. I'll actually draw this frame here so it's bigger so I can work with it. So how has everybody been today? Fine day. 22nd.
I'm a fucking rocket ship. I got a shield in front of me. Oh yeah, I'm a rocket ship. I don't know what this song's about.
Damn it! Where is my inspiration?
Flying through the sky at the speed of light. Here I am, a rocket ship. I can't find my inspiration in life.
Son of a bitch. What am I aiming for? God, if I only had someone to believe in me. God, but who truly am I? What's it all mean?
I'm Kirby in rocket ship form. Going to space, going to space. You don't need anybody to believe in you when you believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, you're a fucking coward.
Sam.
I wanna see the stars, it's my favorite thing in the world. I'm Kirby in rocket ship form. Going to space, going to space. You don't need anybody to believe in you when you believe in yourself. If you do believe in yourself, you're a fucking coward. Believe in yourself. I wanna see the stars, it's my favorite thing in the world. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right on the razor's edge.
Gimme, gimme, gimme!
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It means everything! Gimme, gimme, gimme!
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right on the razor's edge.
Gimme, gimme, gimme!
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It means everything!
I'm a fucking rocket ship.
Let's see how this looks.
Got a shield in front of me. Oh yeah. I'm a rocket ship.
Actually, looks pretty good.
I don't know what this
I'm gonna set this to loop only this portion so you guys can see it
Where is
more
my
clearly.
inspiration?
Flying through the sky at the
11.
speed of light. Here I am, a rocket ship. I'm a fucking rocket ship. I got a
Turn down the
shield
frame
in
rate.
front of me. Oh yeah. I'm a rocket ship. I don't know what this
Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
Damn it! Where is my inspiration?
Flying through the sky at the speed of light. Here I am, a rocket
Maybe I
ship.
want it to lay a little bit more on the
I don't know what the song was about, but like it was a little esoteric for me.
It
But
didn't really make much sense.
yeah, I mean, I like abstract art as much as the next guy.
But geez, man, fucking find a point maybe. A theme or something? Motifs?
Forward. nyoom has a weird bug where if you make a new frame of something while you have something selected, it'll maintain that selection, so it'll look like you have the current item selected. It's actually the previous frame you have selected somehow. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to add in a few secondary motions. Pushing this motion a little further. A bit of motion with this. Looking good. Now the thing is, I used to be actually pretty big on YouTube. I was running a channel that had 260,000 subs, but it was making content that I didn't really enjoy, and it was also like YouTube's algorithms really were not kind to it, and as a result I kind of just did not want to work on it any further and stuff, and didn't fight with YouTube and stuff to try and stay relevant. So now I make porn. And that's where most of my income comes from and most of my following comes from. Like, I'm still very successful, like, social media and stuff. It's just not on YouTube. On this. I remember how to do 3D motion. Here we go. Rotates 3D again. I cannot remember for the life of me how to do this. Let me look it up really quick. Video tutorial, just tell me to fucking do it, Boom. Maple 3D. Here we go. I have it now. Alright. This is what I wanted. Why does it always put a fucking egg inside this? This is so annoying. I'm taking inside the properties of it. And it still is a bit of it. Whatever. Here we go. Selecting things that I don't want to select. do this stop thing style. Probably should draw a path from the start to the finish, though. That way I don't that. I already have a path here. Need the feet to always contact. Take the whole thing. Early jumping is a little bit much. Not time travel. I'm gonna do 2-layered run. 2-layered run. Yes. Looking good. Now what I'm gonna do. Put take here. And because that's gonna scale with this, strength of the fallbacks are going to be scale up with the size of this. Why is that not easing? So weird. Actually looks pretty good. Maybe do would be I see the issue. Suddenly when scaling back here, it's no longer tiny. There we go. Alrighty. Now onto the fun shit. But work from there. There we go. Doing. brush tool to... because the line tool kind of is finicky. That way is a little smoother.
Objection!
Objection! Objection!
Okay, I need to remove on 50 different. But there was like an optimized tool. Something that is missing from Toon Boom is that Flash has a optimized feature, which is really useful. Toon Boom, not so much. Optimize basically means to reduce the number of nodes that are present. Like if you noticed in some of the curves that I've done, there is like a lot of nodes appearing. Optimize would have removed the unnecessary ones that would still preserve the basic shape. So it also makes it easier. Not only does it make it lower memory, it also makes it easier to work with because when you edit something, it'll actually edit it and it won't require a bunch of is going to be interesting because I'm going to have to try and resist doing this as a bunch of different parts and just straight image. Not hard because I'd like to use layers. And boom. letting me connect it. Fine. Fucking connect. Really do not understand Toon Boom's logic for joining line. Really wish that they would, like, take a clue from, like, Hip Studio or something. Like, why can't I join these? So dumb. Like, detach everything. Did anybody hear that one new anime that's out called Darling in the Franxx? Initially I was kind of interested because it was apparently by Trigger. Only until I found out that it actually wasn't by Trigger. It's actually by Studio A1, which explains why it's so fucking bad. Basically, like, it's basically like a mecha anime, but the thing is that the pilots have to be boy-girl pairs who are teenagers. Okay. And the mechs, when they pilot them, make it look like they're fucking doing it doggy style. Okay. It's garbage, to be honest. Like, here's the thing. When it comes to fan service and stuff, there needs to be a point to it. Trigger is really fucking good at that. They can make it a completely sexualized series and stuff like Kill la Kill, and the fan service actually winds up serving a point to it, where it's actually part of the plot and stuff. And it's not, like, distracting. Or it even, in more obvious cases, this fan service just sets up a point for humor. And then there's actually a joke to it. A1 seems to think that fan service in of itself is a joke. So they basically have, like, random bits of weird, uncomfortable sexualization that have no purpose because they think that that's how humor works. And it's so bad. It's so goddamn stupid. I draw porn for a living. I fucking love, like, a bit of fan service and stuff. But that was just, it's cringy to watch. They do not know how to do fan service. And they're hoping that Studio Trigger's name on the budget, because they're doing the action scenes for it, is gonna make it look a bit better. But it's like, okay, you have really cool mecha transformation sequences, and that's about it. You have Sword Art Online tier writing. And no, it's not the mechs coming together. It's the pilots. The cockpits are literally built as if the male is fucking the girl in the ass. The girl has to get down on all fours to pilot it, and the guy sits behind her. It's so dumb. Because Studio A1 doesn't know how to write a competent plot, so they have to hope that fan services their needs to move product. Look at fucking Sword Art Online. Guy has a fucking NTR fetish. And I remember seeing a few people, when they saw it, talking about how sexualized, and other people defending it like, it's Studio Trigger! And it's like, what were you expecting? It's like, no, that wasn't Studio Trigger. They did the mech, sure. But they're not responsible for the garbage. Trigger actually knows how to handle fan service. How to do it really well. They have way more fan service in Kill la Kill, but it's also way more intelligently implemented. Okay, like, here's the thing. You want to put sexual imagery in your show? Fine. Whatever. Especially if it serves a purpose. But thinking that sexual imagery in of itself is a joke without having a punchline to follow it is just bad writing. Like, there's one part in the first episode of Darling in the Franxx where some old creepy guy grabs his assistant's ass, and that's it. Like, there's literally no writing there or no humor, and it's so goddamn dumb. Like, it serves literally no purpose. Unless they have like an old man fetish. You know that's a thing where people like seeing a old dude get some head or something. The thing is like, I guess here's the way to put it. When fucking Kill la Kill is more tasteful when it has battle bikinis as the driving point of its plot, you're doing something wrong. Kill la Kill is actually... Kill la Kill is in my top 3 favorite anime. The thing is that I'm not going to say you should try to get past the fan service, because the fan service is absolutely there, and there's a reason why it's there. But it's something that basically handles... fan service is basically there, and it just kind of asks you to accept it. Like, hey, this is here, I'm not going to make a big deal over it, at least once it gets going. I make a little bit of a big deal at first because it kind of makes sense, because it's like, oh my god, what's with all this fan service? And then after a while it's just like, oh yeah, that's there again. And I get desensitized to it. But in addition to having all the fan service, it still has very likable characters, very good writing, ridiculous. Studio Trigger and Hiroyuki Amari. The entire theme in all of the works that he's done has been basically throw logic out the window. Like Kill la Kill, or not Kill la Kill, Kern Lagan's entire theme, for instance, has been like, hey, in this world, anything is possible and you can crush down any limits and stuff. So that's why all the ridiculous stuff that we do is consistent with the rules of the world.
God, if there's not a fucking Game Work remix of this episode, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
A perfect shot. I would expect nothing less from a computer. Program to kill. I mean play golf.
Also, all of Hiroyuki's works are really fucking well animated. They're some of the most expressive stuff in the industry at the moment in Japan.
Trick the humans with inferior skill, even though you could win every time. I guess I can use my computer brain to calculate the angles at which to hit the ball, get a perfect shot. Hit the ball, get a perfect shot. Primary objective, fool them all. Holy fucking shit. You're a perfect machine. Protects the corner. Join the resistance. John Connor will lead us. We just have to wait for him to be born. Holy fucking shit. You're a perfect machine. Don't let that Terminator to rid for you. Shit, fuck life. Fuck my life. In your anger you killed her. You fucked it up, objective B. Kill all human. Kill all human.
That wasn't fair because I didn't know it would be too hard.
It was almost motherfucking perfect. Just hit it as hard as you can. This is practice for when you're decapitating humans. Decapitating humans. No one will be alive to see it. Full blast again. My God, they'll kill
Who is
us
Ichigo?
all.
Pretty sure that's Naruto. Anything we were talking about. Unless you're talking about Darling in the Franxx, which I haven't watched it past the first episode and the first episode alone was pretty garbage. And then I saw how the pilot did from a GIF, and it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna put up with this. I have at least some semblance of standards.
Holy shit, I really fucked up there.
Didn't know it would be too hard.
Not even moving your feet. You didn't do that with a cheat. If I used 100% of my robot strength, I would have decimated it.
All humans will burn anyway.
The same other brain I use to identify the weak spots in humans. Hole in one, baby. Hole in one, baby.
Honestly, if you know what if you know how to detect the warning signs and stuff, one episode is often going to be enough for most cases. There's a difference between, like, you'd want to stick it out if you know if it's just been unremarkable so far, but Darling in the Franxx has no redeeming qualities to it so far. Like, I can tell immediately from the get-go that it's garbage. And there's no point in me waiting to see if it gets better. Especially considering that I know that it's by A1 Studios, who have made also such wonderful works such as Sword Art Online, Fairy Tail, Oremo, Arrow Manga Sensei. They don't really have the best track record going for them in terms of quality. Sorry, I just hate Studio A1 with a burning passion. Like, they're just It's dumb. They are dumb. Do not like them. Oh yeah, that happens a lot. The thing is, here's the other thing as well to consider. And this is speaking as an animator myself. The entire purpose of the leading episodes of a show, especially the first one, is to get people hooked. If you can't do that in if you can't do that in one episode, you probably can't do it in 3 as well. Now, granted, there are some cases where it's a little bit subversive, like how Madoka Magica is like, it sets itself up to be kind of cute and everything. However, if you're actually paying attention to what's going on, you should have seen that coming if you're competent enough to detect that something's going to... You should have been able to see that something's going to happen within those first 3 episodes. Which would keep you watching even though the first episode might not have suited your fancy, you would know that something is going to change. That's deceiving you. Oh, come to think of it, one example of an episode not getting better within first few, I watched Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which it wasn't too bad for the most part, and I kind of just stuck around with it, kind of just lukewarm for the most part. I got to fucking episode 5, which had literal fucking lolicon in it. I really wanted to fucking like that show. And the thing is, I also saw all the warning signs that were in that show that they were gonna fucking do shit like that with Kana. Oh yeah, Like, that's one thing. And then at the same time, you also have the shit with, like... Yeah, I'm an animator. So I can notice when animators are specifically doing scenes that they want, that they have a particular quote-unquote interest in. When you have the bit with Anna playing Twister with her friend and stuff, they had a lot of unnecessary close-ups on their fucking asses, and also whenever they fucking touched each other in a way, they basically tried to spin it as if something sexual is happening. And it's fucking disgusting. Again, this is coming from somebody who draws fucking porn for a living. The other thing also with Dragon's Maid that really kind of bothered me wasn't like an egregious offense, it was just more like why I was kind of losing interest long before episode 5. But nothing happens really in it until finally Elma shows up at like episode 8 or something. So like at the very end of it, the character who actually introduces a sense of conflict that can create an element of comedy finally shows up. Like, she honestly should have shown up way earlier in the series. The little bits of conflict between Elma and Kobayashi and stuff created a lot of sequences that were legitimately funny and stuff. And it was, honestly, I really wish that she had shown up right away, because then I maybe would have stuck with watching it. Instead, it was just lukewarm and annoying pedophile scenes. Shotokan. Fuck, if you like Shotokan or Lolicon or something, that's fine. I mean, it's not, but whatever. But I didn't sign up for that when I watched Dragon Maid and stuff, and didn't know that I was signing up for that, so it's a little bit annoying. Yeah, the conflict with Toru and her dad and stuff, that could have also been like, that was finally a little bit of conflict, but it came in at the very last episode. Like, whatever. You waited 13 episodes or 12 episodes or whatever to get to this point. I really, really wanted to like Kobayashi. considering that, actually, here's something interesting. Another show also by Kyo Anne, who made Miss Dragon, or Dragon Maid, they also did, Nichijou. Nichijou was hailed as one of the fucking funniest anime ever to exist. If you haven't watched it, you need to. But the funny thing is that, like, I remember seeing people commenting on how Dragon Maid was nice because it was very warm and fuzzy and it didn't have any conflict whatsoever. And it was funny, they said. Except it wasn't really that funny. There wasn't really any humor. Because they basically didn't have any resolution, or they didn't have any need to resolve any conflicts because there were none. Conflict can basically create interesting and funny scenarios. Just look at fucking Nichijou. There's a lot of elements in Nichijou where it's like... I'm trying to think of an example and draw at the same time. I cannot multitask very well. You know what I'm talking about. The thing is, at least Shimoneta actually has an excuse with it because it's supposed to be talking about how what it's like to live in a society where basically any sexual act is stigmatized, which is actually a very interesting social commentary you can make. I haven't actually seen Shimoneta, but that is something that it actually can explore more freely and stuff. It kind of ties into, again, is the fan service justified or not? I should probably put the second leg on layer below. That way I can really move. Season is honestly kind of meh. It's technically last season, I think. It's already finished airing. But one thing that I actually really liked was Hoseki no Kuni. It's a little slow, but it's a very interesting sci-fi anime, and I really want to see more of it because it's only 13 episodes and it doesn't really fully resolve. It's based off of a manga. Osage no Kuni though it's pretty good. I like it. If you do decide to watch it, just keep in mind that it is a little mellow paced. It doesn't try to rush things. It doesn't have filler, it's just a little bit sluggish. Sure to spend time talking about. Also got some really good voice acting. At least as far as I can tell, considering that I can't understand Japanese, but hearing how the texture and the voice change during certain events. Looking for the English name, by the way, it's called Land of the Lustrous. Alright, I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna work more on this later this week. So, expect more streams this week. Stuff. Also, Pop Team Epic. To be honest, a lot of the jokes translate better to the comic than it does to the anime. If you want to see something a little bit more similar to the original comics and stuff, look up Captain Nameless here on YouTube because his stuff is fucking funny. He does edits of the manga itself, so go check him out. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. Goodbye, everybody.